Most people don't fail at marketing. They get buried in the moving parts. Pages, emails, ads, copy, follow-up, and everything turns into chaos. ClickCampaigns is built to simplify that, with an AI team-style workflow that helps you build the pieces in order. No hype, I'll show you the walkthrough on screen. Watch the demo. Bonuses are below.
I'm going to log in to the dashboard. The first thing I want to let you know in the dashboard is that we have access to over 20 different agents. Alex here is the marketing campaign manager. Okay, and I'm going to give you the output here real quick, just so that you could actually see what an actual output looks like when these agents get together. So Alex, this is where he updates you and says, hey, here's what's going on. My name is admin. He would normally call you by your first name. Okay, and this is the checklist that starts out in gray, and whatever in progress will be in blue, and when it's done, it's checked off in green. And so these are all the things that we asked to get done. You can actually see them actually talking in a group virtual Slack thread. So these are their conversations that they're working on. You can see how they're collaborating one-on-one with each other, and all of the different assets that you get from your VSL script to your long form sales letter, then actually put onto an actual web page for you, as you see here. And we'll talk about in just a minute how you actually iterate on these different pages. Here's your upsell page, for instance. Very nice, really, really quality design pages, literally better than anything else. This agent had a little bit of humor. He rickrolled this here with a video. Here's our long form sales letter. So this needs a little iteration on the headline there, but you can see the sales letter was put into here as well. Really, really gorgeously designed pages. We have our one-time offer page here that was designed. All right, all based on the context that we given. I'll show you how easy that is as well. It does your full brand website for you, so you can navigate from different places and everything like that. You have your entire brand website, and you have your webinar registration pages, your webinar. It writes your slide deck, all the way down to your thank you pages that you see here, just like this. Okay, so now that we understand what the deliverables are, let's go back and actually talk about the agents again. So we have our campaign manager. His name is Alex, and we can see here, these are the goals, his background and his experience, his base set of instructions. Basically, he is the project manager. He looks at what you want to do. He decides what agents he needs to hire. He puts together a plan and a roadmap, and then he hires them one at a time and in parallel, and they go to work. The most important agent that we have, and by the way, we have agents for everything. That do your funnels, your video marketing, your website design. He consults with these agents to make the plan. Then other agents actually go and do the work. So we have designers, Facebook ad specialists, people that write your books, your reports, everything. But the most important one here is Ryan, the direct response copywriter. Yeah, I styled him to look after Ryan Dice, but he's really legendary copywriter John Carlton. You can see here, this is the background experience. Cut my teeth writing for the legendary direct response firms of the pre-digital era. Over 18 years, writing copy that's generated almost $500 million, et cetera, et cetera. Now you notice they don't have a lot of actual instructions. And the reason why is when you actually look at the different tasks that need to get done, what we have here, when we start with the campaign wizard, is we have funnels and tasks. Now we have 23 different types of funnels. It's every single type of funnel that you could possibly want, from a product launch to an automated webinar, live webinar, a tripwire, a 30-day challenge, you name it, right? High ticket, et cetera. But we also have different tasks once you choose your funnel. So let's just say we want to choose a product launch. These are all the pages here. Let's get rid of the landing page, because we're going to use a webinar registration page, no downsell for this example. You can see it's telling us in our stack here what we've got. And now that we've chosen that, we can say, okay, now I've got to build what I need that goes with that. But while we're there, let's build the core pages of a brand website. Let's build a VSL and a long form sales letter. Let's do some email. We need a launch sequence. 7 is good. We need the same for our affiliates. We click save. And let's also have him write a slide deck. Okay. And now you can see everything here has been built up. All right. And bear with me just a second. I'm going to actually show you what these actual skills look like. Okay. What I just did is I opened up my Obsidian application, because I exported all of these skills. So what I want you to see is that if we go into the funnels and I click on the funnel checklist, and by the way, here's the agents, right? And here's, these are every single agent, that we have. And this is all of their top level brain, but then they need instructions. So when they go to a funnel, what I want to let you know, if we look at the landing page of a product launch, it's going to be different than the landing page of a shop and all launch. So if we click on it, for instance, you're going to see we have 2.5 pages, and we have transposed these. They're not GPTs, they're not instructions. They're actually using the latest agentic solution called skills. So this is an actual skill file that gets better output. And you can see it tells it exactly how to build the page, what needs to be on it, what order it needs to be on, and then it gives it a sample set of instructions how these pages need to look. And now this is very different than, for instance, if we went to a book funnel and looked at a landing page there. So we have over 700 different set of skills that are written to do every specific funnel that you want and task that you want. So if we look at the task checklist here, you'll also notice, for instance, the VSL skill here is the following, right? And it's the VSL skill. And then we've got even some more things behind it, like some more GPT style stuff and like how to write it. But like, that's why we're getting better output probably than any agency you could hire on the market that would charge you $8,000 to do what you can do for 70 cents here. All right. So now we understand that these set of instructions are all built in here. All right. All we would do is we would click save and continue. Next, we have to choose our brand kit. You do this once, you basically create a brand kit. If you haven't done that, here's how it works. If you're working for clients, we have over 60 pre-made brand kits for every single thing that you can imagine. There's over 60 local businesses that are here. If you don't see it here, you can just make your own. And Brand Baser will allow you to create a knowledge-based document. We ask you 20 questions about your business, and then you upload it here, and then you would choose your style guide here. Like, so if you want your pages to look like this, or let's say you're in health and wellness, but this is not the exact green that you want, you click on the modify tab opens, and then you're basically setting how you want your sites and everything to look. The cheap way to do it is like this, but I already have a brand kit, so I'm just going to attach this. The next question is for your funnels, we recommend you don't use your brand kit. You can put hints of your brand kit, but we recommend you use what we call the traditional ClickFunnels style pages for funnels. If you're pink like Mary Kay, your funnels are not going to look good in pink. We want to use traditional templates that you would get from like ClickFunnels or something like that. So once we have that, we click next, we give it a name, affiliate pages launch, right? And this is the most important thing right here is your campaign goals and instructions. Now, you don't need to attach a context document because we already gave it a brand kit, but here you would say something like, this is a Black Friday sale going to my best customers, give them 20% off the normal price, et cetera, et cetera. But like a lot of context would go here. You have every different language that you could possibly need. You can even put custom, and we have Caveman, Dothraki, and Klingon because you never know. There's every tone. So if you're more like Alex Ramosi or maybe Alex Becker, you want to be edgy. And we have different reading levels. Leave it on default. Our prompts are pretty good. They're actually best in the industry. Now, this is what I call the Rich Schefren setting. Rich wanted the ability to go in and actually add some things to our prompts. So what we have here is, for instance, you can see additional instructions that you might want to give for these things. The most important one is the upsell page because it doesn't know what you're upselling, right? So it's not in your brand document. So you would attach a file and give upsell instructions here. But we also have the ability for you to add instructions and append to our instructions or override our instructions for that page. And for super users, you have to contact us. You could actually see our actual instructions as well to see if you want to override them. All right. But let's just say we made a little change to the upsell page. You would see it's telling us that we have one thing changed here. Everything else is just going to use the instructions. We click on review, make sure everything is good, and we click create campaign. And now basically what happens is Alex is going to go to work. This takes the longest time. This takes about 90 seconds. And what he's doing is he's looking at everything that you want to do, looking at all the sets of skills, the agents, everything, and he's putting together a marketing strategy. And then this is just going to go, once this one is done, it goes ding, 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 ding. These all turn green. I'm going to go back. I'm going to cancel this one. I'm going to go to the workspace and delete this one right here. Let's delete the draft. So here it is. You get this campaign dashboard when it's done that shows you everything that you need to know about it. You can get all of your assets here. And again, if you actually want to see what they actually did, you go into the collaboration workspace and you see the conversations that they had with each other in the virtual Slack group. When it's done, you can even come in here and say, hey, Alex, I forgot to tell you, I do want to downsell after all. Or you could tell him you weren't happy with a certain page to go back and redo it. You could attach context and you could have this conversation with him while it's going on. Again, the other agents were talking simultaneously here, and you can see the group chat with them going side by side. And of course, all of your assets can be downloaded here like this, and you can look at them individually. Now, the most important thing I want to let you know here, I'm going to open up pagebuilder.gg. I'm just going to go into a project we've created the ability for you to just talk to the canvas and build websites. But the most cool feature we have is this clone a page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go here. I'm going to look at this page right here. And let's say you wanted to say, yeah, I like this page. What do? You click the publish button, you click copy. Now this page is only good for 30 days. It's normally meant for you to give to your designer for handoff, like if he wants to use Figma, Webflow, go high level, ClickFunnels, and rebuild it. But who would want to do that when you can just click copy, use our other app that will be included with ClickCampaigns called Page Builder. You simply put the URL in here, click clone website. We'll go over this in training. Right now, I'm just going to go through the quick settings here. We're going to add it as a new page. I'm just going to call it app demo. We're going to click clone website. We're going to count down from 15, and we'll start now. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And there you go. In 15 seconds, just like that or less, it actually cloned the entire page. Now I can simply click right here and say, make this button blue, make it bounce or whatever, or I could do the old school thing and open up the style editor here, and I can, change the text size and different things like that. It's absolutely phenomenal what we do. We handle all the publishing and everything for you. So guys, that is Click Campaigns in a nutshell. I hope you like it. I hope you can see why this thing is going to sell like crazy.
Quick take. What I don't love is the AI output can feel generic if your input is weak. You still need to steer it. What I do like is the team-style workflow and skills library. It can crank out funnels, emails, and ads fast. If you're grabbing it, use my bonus page link, then email your receipt to get the launch checklist, 7 money plays, and prompt vault.